So October 1st has come and brought a ton of new LEGO sets. There were a couple of new Star Wars sets, including the huge new Death Star, or should I call it Death Sliver? Now, I never intended to buy that one. It's a little bit too big and a lot too expensive for my tastes right now. But this one here was always going to be an insta-buy for me. This is the Gingerbread AT-AT, the most improbable LEGO set ever made, and the set that we didn't know that we just absolutely needed. Honestly, I feel like we romanticized the AT-AT a little too much. It is, after all, a machine of death and destruction. But now we have a holly jolly version that is festive and carefree. Honestly, I can just imagine this thing trudging into town, spreading holiday cheer by blasting neighborhoods with gumdrops and candy canes. And if the AT-AT isn't festive enough for you, it comes with a gingerbread Darth Vader too, brandishing candy canes and cookies, which is sure to be a sought-after minifigure for decades to come. So let's open the box, check out the contents, and get to building. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the box. We can see that it has 697 pieces. There's our gingerbread Darth Vader. It seems like that's going to be the only minifigure that's included in this. Let's check out the back. It does seem to open up for a holiday scene inside, so that should be an interesting aspect. And it looks like the gingerbread Darth Vader can actually fit in the cockpit, as well as in the interior. All right, so let's pop this thing open. Now, if you know me, you know I'm going to ask this. Are there going to be the paper bags in here? My guess, no. And there we go. No paper bags yet. One of these days I'll find them. Okay, so we have what's sure to be part of the light string, I imagine. Looks like there are 5 bags. 1, 2, 3, and there's 4. Oh, we have 2 of these light strings. That makes sense. One for either side of the AT-AT. And here is our manual. So on the back, not much there. Do we not know how to use a brick separator by this point? Okay, so let's see. As always, let's check how many pages of instructions we've got. 105. Until gingerbread Darth Vader gets to the end of his track there. Okay, so... oh wow, he actually comes with a lightsaber too. They didn't show that on the box, but okay. So it looks like, yeah, a pretty straightforward build. Shouldn't be too long. It is, what did I say, 697 pieces. I'm going to guess it's less than an hour. But we are going to time it. So I'm going to get going in the build and probably switch over into time-lapse. You can use the chapter titles to skip ahead if you don't want to watch, but we'll see how long it takes me. And we'll be back later on for a look at the completed build. And here we have the finished model. If you were watching the time lapse, you saw that it took me about an hour, a little over an hour actually, to build this. I did fumble around a little bit, and I did make some modifications, which you'll see as we look through the model here. Maybe we'll not look at the AT-AT first, and we'll check out Gingerbread Darth Vader. So here he is, wielding his weapons of choice, cookie and candy cane. Now we'll take those off so we can get a better look at the figure. Now you may be wondering, but yes, he does actually come with his red lightsaber too. So even though he's Gingerbread Darth Vader, he's a Sith. He's an evil Gingerbread Darth Vader. One thing you may also be wondering, is there a gingerbread charred Anakin under here? Well, no, it's just a blank minifigure head. That would have been pretty funny though. A charred cookie? Anyway, here's his cape, nicely decorated for the holidays. And it's cloth. It's very flexible. All right, so let's put him down for just a second. We'll put him over here. Oh, maybe we'll look at one more thing. Let's check out the front of him here. So you can see that he's definitely gingerbread. I mean, he does have his instrument panel here. Let's actually use his lightsaber as a pointer. He has his instrument panel here, but he has this detailing in... What do they detail gingerbread figures with? I guess some sort of icing, I guess. So he has icing details all around. Does he have them on the back? Yeah, a little bit. But it's mostly covered by the cape anyway, so it shouldn't really matter. Not much detail on the helmet in the manner of icing anyway. All right, now let's take a look at the AT-AT itself. Now, as I said, I did make a few modifications to the instructions, not really major, but I just sort of varied it up a little bit. If you noticed, the legs were all very much the same. So all the same patterning of these little gumdrop or sprinkle pieces, whatever you want to call them. So I just sort of varied them up a little bit. I kept these the same just because they have a sort of candy cane motif, but the green and the pink ones I did vary up a little bit. And on the feet here, you'll see that I did vary up the bows and the gumdrops on the feet as well. For the most part, I stuck to the instructions, like all the way around where there weren't symmetric pieces, like on the roof and on the head. I pretty much stuck with the instructions. All right, so let's see if I can maneuver this thing around a little bit. He does have some maneuverability in the legs. A little bit difficult, but you can see that the knees do bend, so the AT-AT does have some posability, and in fact, the ankles bend as well, and up here on the hips. So you can have it positioned in a walking motion type of thing. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I did vary up these light strings as well. So the way the instructions would have had it done, let me just show you. So it's toward the end here. They would have had it be a fairly symmetric system, like a mirror image actually, where it goes red, blue, yellow, green, and then from the other side, red, blue, yellow, green, and then there would have been a red in the middle when you put it on the actual figure or on the structure. But the way I did it, I sort of tried to replicate a natural string of lights where we just have a repeating pattern. So it's still going to end on a red and a red, but it goes red, blue, yellow, green, and then repeats. And I did that on the other side as well, just because that's what I'm used to for holiday lights. All right, so what else does this thing do? So let's see. Here it is from the back. If you remember, there were certain animals lately that actually had like a pink butthole on them, but this is just like a, I don't know, an exhaust port or something on the back, I suppose. It would have been funny if they'd included that in this as well. But you can open the sides, as we know from the back of the box. And actually, on the inside, there are these wreaths that you can only really see if you open this thing all the way up. But inside we have, and let's see if I can get a nice lighted image of this in here. We have in the front a hearth with some flames inside there and some stockings hanging up. In the very back there, you can see that there's a table with a cup of hot chocolate. And in the back here, we have a candy cane hanging up and, of course, the chair in the middle. So when Darth Vader wants to just kick back and think about Christmas's past, he can sit in here in relative comfort. It sort of reminds me, actually, of his little eggshell from Empire Strikes Back, where it's like his meditation chamber. I guess this is Gingerbread Darth Vader's meditation chamber. Not quite sure what this is over here. Maybe it's a model of the Death Star or something behind the hearth. When I was building it, I was wondering what that was going to be. But maybe. That's the only thing I can think of. By the way, both sides can open, so you can access this area from both sides. Oh yeah, and in the back here, we have the present storage. So there's a circular or a cylindrical present on this side, and a cubical present on this side. So let's see how Darth Vader sits in here. It might be a little difficult to do with the cape on, but we'll try it. Not too bad. Yeah, he's in there. He can grab his hot chocolate, kick back, relax by the fire, and this closes up and lets him right in there. Darth Vader needs his alone time around the holidays, definitely. All right, so let's take him out because there's another place that he can go. And that's in the cockpit. So let's see how that works. So just flips open here. Now there's not a seat in here. It's just sort of an area that he can sit in, and his minifigure legs can actually sort of conform around that piece right there. So let's see if it works. Once again, his cape might be a little bit in the way, but I think not too bad. It can be tucked in there, sort of. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, he's in there, but I do not think that this cockpit will close with him in there. No way, because he's situated in there pretty well, as he's supposed to be, and this will not close. So unlike his compartment in the back, this one just is there to show him driving. Oh, I realize now that I actually forgot to put something on here. The other candy cane. The other candy cane blaster on the front. Now, the AT-AT doesn't just have candy cane blasters. On the bottom here, it has regular blasters as well. Let's see about the maneuverability of this head. I don't think there is any to speak of. In fact, I don't even think it rotates. It's literally just stationary attached to the front here. So there we have the Gingerbread AT-AT. Just in time for Christmas, just in time to get us in the mood for making gingerbread houses and decorating the tree, or decorating our favorite tank or weapon of mass destruction. I personally can't wait for Santa variant battle droids and gingerbread Death Stars, which you know they're going to be coming. Actually, that would be a pretty good idea, a gingerbread Death Star Christmas ornament to hang on the tree. I guess if I were to add anything to this, other than the decorations that are already on here, it would be a mistletoe hanging from the undercarriage of the AT-AT. It would be the perfect thing for Luke and Leia to meet under and kiss during the holiday season. And with that, my journey to the festive side is complete. The Ginger AT-AT will take its place on my holiday shelf, and if you like this video, let me know what your favorite part is, what you think of this set, and don't forget to subscribe. I do a lot of LEGO reviews, and I wouldn't want you to miss any of the future sets coming out for the rest of this year or next year. Until next time, see you later.